The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
The story may be out there, but the city manager is not talking about it.
Yesterday at 6, we told you about the information we had uncovered about an arrest and previous financial difficulties of Mike Ramsey. Ramsey is the city's executive director of workforce development and oversees San Antonio's taxpayer-funded $200 million workforce training program, Ready to Work.
KSAT found he was arrested in Florida on a prostitution-related activities charge less than 4 months before the city announced they hired him. He also had a personal bankruptcy in 2008.
Given the high profile of Ready to Work and how shortly after his arrest he was hired, it raised questions for us about the city's vetting process and its choice.
Those are questions City Hall reporter Garrett Berger was still trying to get answered today. He joins us live now from City Hall, where he took those questions to the city manager ahead of a city council meeting. Garrett, didn't the city already give a response here?
Well, Myra, a response, yes. Answers, not exactly. Now, when we first asked for an interview with the city manager last week, a spokeswoman first asked to see for us to share the records that we had uncovered. We refused, telling her that we don't share reporting materials ahead of time. And we ended up with a statement saying Ramsey went through 2 background checks and the city had no record of any arrest connected to him. And they couldn't comment on that without seeing the documents we were talking about. Well, now, from our investigation, it appears the official records may now be expunged. But we did find information showing Ramsey was arrested on a misdemeanor charge of unlawful acts related to a public solicitation event. His mugshot was even part of a Tampa area sheriff's press release about a string of sting operations ahead of WrestleMania. The arrest happened only 118 days before the city announced in early August that they were hiring him. And what we found indicates his case may have been going on until mid-July or even late August, though we don't have anything to indicate he was ever convicted on this charge. But we still wanted to know how the city apparently missed that. And since we've already laid out what we found, it was time to ask the city manager in person.
Excuse me. Mr. Walsh, I'd like to talk with you about our story on Director Ramsey yesterday. Given that his hiring happened so shortly after his arrest, it raises questions about the thoroughness of the city's vetting process. I want to know what went wrong.
We're confident in our vetting process, and we've given you our statement.
Okay. But the city said did not know about this, despite it only happening 118 days before. So when did these checks happen?
So we've given you our statement, Garrett, and you aired that, and that's all the comment we'll be making. Thank you.
There is also evidence that he had his own personal financial difficulties, sir.
Okay, Garrett, we're getting ready to start a council meeting. You've got our statement. We're not going to make any other comment. Thank you.
We looked for Mike Ramsey at today's council meeting, too. But while other city department heads were there for the budget update that was going on, we did not see him. And it's also not clear whether the arrest and charge would have derailed Ramsey's hiring had it popped up, though the city did say his bankruptcy would not have disqualified him. To see exactly what the city has and hasn't said, you can check out this story on our website, KSAT.com. Live at City Hall, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thanks, Garrett. He is set to go on trial. He said he did it, but now that defendant wants his confession removed from the evidence. Andres Tarnava is accused of the April 2021 murder of Mary Sol Klingelhofer. Her burnt remains were found in a barrel on Tarnava's property. During his interrogation, he admitted to the murder. Part of that recorded confession and his alleged motive were shown in court today.
One thing of my father that I truly wanted to keep.
The judge did not decide today whether to throw out that confession. The judge will first go back and look at the entire interrogation. Tarnava is expected to go on trial in March. The number of people injured today at a shooting during the Kansas City Chiefs celebration is now higher. 22 people were hurt, and at least 8 of them we now know were children. Local authorities say that one person was also killed in that shooting at the end of the Chiefs rally. Kansas City police took 3 armed people into custody. No word yet on a possible motive. Roughly 1 million people gathered in downtown Kansas City for the celebration today.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has drafted plans that could result in thousands of migrants being released. A source familiar with the plan says the contingencies are to help with budget shortfalls. Record levels of migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border have drained federal resources. To combat that, the source says ICE is discussing slashing detention space. The agency detains immigrants with criminal backgrounds, those preparing for removal, and those who fall under mandatory detention. News around Texas now. Tonight, police in Austin are still investigating after a person drove their car into a hospital. The crash killed the driver, injured 5 others, including 2 children. Dramatic video from inside shows a baby being passed to safety, a person being pulled from the rubble. One man described the chaotic scene as he was waiting for his wife to get out of emergency surgery.
Just beside the vehicle, I see a woman that's maybe knocked over. I think she was maybe in a wheelchair or something. I see a couple of people helping her up, and there was a young child that was near her.
Austin police say the crash does not appear to be intentional, and right now the area is closed to ambulances. A young mother's battle with a rare blood condition turned to a heartwarming tale of love and sacrifice as her fiancé steps forward for a life-saving kidney transplant.
Max Massey talked with the couple this Valentine's Day about that life-changing gift.
Year and a half.
I get emotional.
This is Natalie Cerna and Royal Johnson, a couple who went through a terrifying experience, which should have been one of the happiest days of their lives.
She had a normal pregnancy.
Turned into terror.
They wasn't able to stop the bleeding. They took her to the OR once they knew that they had to operate on her.
Natalie was diagnosed with a rare blood disease.
Atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome.
She was in the hospital for a whole month.
It was day after day of working to figure out what exactly happened and what could be done.
They were having her have blood transfusions. They were putting on a bunch of meds, pushing a bunch of meds on her, and that ultimately caused her kidneys to fail.
I kind of didn't want to accept the fact that, you know, I was on dialysis and that was going to be my life.
Then Royal learned he could help out, even though he was not the right blood type.
Well, he wasn't my match. So, and that's another thing that I was like, okay, like, are you sure you want to do it? Because he would be giving it to somebody else. So the transplant has an exchange program, which is an awesome exchange program.
The pair went through the kidney exchange program at Methodist Transplant Institute. That's where living donor kidneys, well, they're exchanged with other recipients in need to ensure each patient receives a compatible transplant.
You do whatever it takes for you to protect your family. So I was like, this is the easiest decision of my life, especially seeing her every night, having to hook herself up to dialysis and, the emotional trauma that she was going through.
Now, about 2 years later, Natalie wants to know other people who are going through exactly what she did. She wants them to know they're not alone and that there are programs like the kidney exchange to help out. As for Royal, he could not be happier with his decision.
One of the best decisions I ever made, and I don't regret it at all.
And the couple, well, they're eager for the next step.
Next is the big day, the wedding day.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
We wish them well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here is why organ donations like these matter. Numbers from Donate Life Texas show over 100,000 people in the U.S. are waiting for an organ transplant. Over 10,000 of those people are here in Texas. And 44% of adults in Texas are not registered organ donors.
So here's some resources for you. If you want to sign up to be an organ donor, you can head to donatelifetexas.org/register or TOSA1.org. There you can find a form to become a registered organ donor as well as facts about organ donation. We also have plenty of information on organ donation on our website, KSAT.com.
Speaking of saying I do, check out this crowd. A crowd of couples carried on a San Antonio tradition today. They got married at midnight on Valentine's Day on the steps of the Bexar County Courthouse.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, right? The first 50 couples got a rose from the Last Straw flower shop to mark the moment. Now, this wasn't a spur of the moment thing. Couples had to have their marriage licenses 72 hours before their wedding time. And this was just the first of several mass wedding ceremonies that took place today.
And today, not just Valentine's Day, also Ash Wednesday. Today, among other places, people gathered at San Fernando Cathedral downtown to get their ashes. Each year on the first day of Lent, many Catholics will observe the day by going to Mass to be blessed with the ashes. The ashes are made from the palm branches blessed from previous year's Palm Sunday.
Look outside with live cam. We talked about yesterday rolling the windows down. Today was a good day for a nap. That's what I wanted to do this afternoon.
A lot of gray.
Yeah.
That ends in Y, right?
For naps?
Day for a nap. Yeah, but very gray out there today. Not too cool overnight. I mean, we'll be right near 60 degrees at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Fog develops after midnight. You'll notice it a little bit for the morning commute tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow morning, we'll be in the low to mid 50s, 55 in San Antonio, lower 50s in the Hill Country, Bandera, Bernie, 51, meanwhile 49 in Comfort. Now, take a look at our temperature trend for the mornings. We're going to see a big drop off by this weekend. Sunday, we're talking 32 degrees for the morning low temperature on Sunday. Get ready for a chilly weekend in general and some rain before that chilly air arrives. We'll talk about how much we could get and where in just a bit.
It's important that people who don't look like me are interested in the things that are happening in this community.
To learn about Black history, that history has to be preserved and those stories told. Coming up in a KSAT Explains, we take you to 3 places in San Antonio where that effort is underway every single day.
And after the break, an effort to fix up I-35 on the northeast side may be doing more harm than good. Drivers complaining about damage to their vehicles. How people can file a claim for repairs. Next.
Coming up tonight on the Night Beat, we're walking you through Monterey Iron and Metal as the clock ticks down on them trying to save their recycling license. So coming up tonight on the Night Beat, we'll show you around the recycling yard.
All right, let's take a live look outside with traffic right now. I-35 at Cesar Chavez, and you can see actually, looks like there's a tow truck off to the left, but traffic pretty heavy in both directions, but no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about.
Now let's go to a place where there are some problems out on the roads. If you have driven along I-35 on the northeast side, you may have come across some serious potholes. A road improvement project there seems to have left some drivers in need of work on their cars.
Yeah, they have some repairs that need to be done. They say the project has caused damage to their vehicles. As Katrina Weber reports, they're now wondering who will pay for their bills.
It started right there. And as you can see, it's a little pebble, and look, it's all the way here.
A runaway crack in her windshield has Patricia Richardson herself just about at the breaking point. It's the second one for her on 2 different cars.
$535, that's for that one. And here's for my rental car, $550.
This is one price of progress she doesn't want to pay. She says road construction, a project on Interstate 35 between loops 410 and 1604, is making her drive to work dangerous.
Every morning there's pebbles hitting my car. I feel like gunshots is hitting me.
We shot this video last week during a bumpy drive along 35. Richardson believes debris from it has been doing her in. Other drivers have complained about damaged wheels and rims. The construction is being done by a contractor hired by TxDOT. I spent the better part of a week emailing, texting, and even calling, trying to get an interview with TxDOT. Instead, at the last minute, I got a written statement saying, among other things, that the agency has already repaired some of the rough areas of the road and was still working to identify and fix others. After that email, we went back and did notice patched up spots that seemed to make the ride feel a bit smoother. Whether it feels safer to Richardson remains to be seen.
Someone else has to be accountable for the danger that they're putting us in.
As for the damage, accountability could be on the contractor. TxDOT says drivers can submit claims for repairs, and it will pass them along to that company.
That was our Katrina Weber reporting. Now, at this point, there is no word on how long it's taking to process those claims for repairs. TxDOT says it can't speak on behalf of the contractor.
Frustrating, right? The contractor directed KSAT back to TxDOT for any information. If you need to file a claim, though, there is a link for you to do that on our website. Just check out this story on KSAT.com.
Familiar with those roundabouts that they have in certain neighborhoods? It feels like that's what's happening with this story. TxDOT refers us to the contractor refers us to TxDOT.
Yeah, and those aren't easy to navigate, are they?
They're a little tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put another issue in those construction zones, the lane markers. They try to grind up the old ones, but they're not completely gone, and the new ones aren't completely in, and especially at night, I even see police cars messing it up. Yeah.
I think that's an issue across the city, though. I mean, it's just the confusing lane markers in certain parts of town. Yeah, I agree with you, Adam. But let's talk about a weatherversary now.
We have a weatherversary.
You might want to mark down this anniversary that I actually agreed with you.
Yes. It's another only anniversary, right? Every Valentine's Day I'm going to think of this. Priester actually agreed with me on something. We didn't get into one of our debates, but just take this full screen and, keep their microphones up because we all remember this.
Oh, yeah.
This was when it was all fun and games.
Yep.
Right? The snow hit Valentine's Day evening through the night, ended after midnight before sunrise on the 15th. And this was like, oh, snow, fun, this is great. And then, of course, the deep cold set in for several days, and we all know what transpired.
Look how happy and innocent we all were.
Yes.
Yeah, this is day one, and then it turned into day 5, day 6, and it wasn't as fun. 3.7 inches officially at the airport, but higher amounts elsewhere. And coming up at 6:45, I'll show you the snowfall map from this event just 3 years ago. 9 degrees was the low temperature, what would be tomorrow morning after this event. And then the bitter cold stayed. And unfortunately, we had all of our issues thereafter. Different situation, I'm proud to say. Liquid precipitation, liquid precip. Now, we do have a cold front that's going to chill us down for the weekend, but notice our rain chances up to 40% Thursday night, 60% Friday, and still at 40% then Friday night before tapering off on Saturday. Here's the big picture. We have this moisture streaming in from the southwest. That's Pacific moisture up above us. A lot of that cloud cover that moved in earlier today, a result of this. And it's just going to increase even more. We'll have some fog developing later tonight, and we'll add more of this Pacific moisture aloft and basically just anticipate intermittent light rain starting later tomorrow night and lasting off and on during the day on Friday. Could there be a few moderate showers embedded within it? Yeah, but we're not expecting anything really all that heavy. Just a damp day with some drizzle and passing showers coming and going throughout pretty much the entire day on Friday and even lingering a little bit into Friday night. As for the rainfall potential, don't get too excited. I want to stress light here. Between about 1/4 and 1/2 inch of rain, I think is going to be the rule of thumb for most neighborhoods in and around San Antonio, but higher amounts farther south of town. Cotulla to Corpus Christi, 1 to 2 inches. I'll have that map coming up at 6:45. Let's talk temperatures. 44 this morning, 64 this afternoon. 60s across most of Texas at this hour. 63 Port SA, Divine at 63, New Braunfels right now at 64 degrees. Tomorrow we start the day 55 in San Antonio, lower 50s in the Hill Country. Then by tomorrow afternoon, despite the cloud cover, we still make it to 73 for the afternoon high. Notice those rain chances only at 10% at 4 p.m. Daylight hours tomorrow, we're not expecting any rain. After sunset tomorrow evening, that's when the rain chances really go up. Enjoy the 70s tomorrow, because look what happens. Saturday, a high temperature of 50. That's as warm as it'll get. I feel like I should do one of those emojis right here. Sorry. 50 to 50. That's the best we can do on Saturday. And then Sunday, 58 for the high. So a chilly weekend. And by the way, Sunday morning, a light freeze. I'm doing the emoji face again as well. Oof. A light freeze Sunday morning. We'll talk more about that wind on Saturday at 6:45.
You do a convincing emoji face.
We need the blue one with the chattering teeth.
I'm working on that one.
All right.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, when you think of all-time greats for the Houston Texans, you think of J.J. Watt, Mary, and you think of this guy.
Andre Johnson. Yes, you do. Andre Johnson is an all-time great, and in his career, he helped put the Houston Texans on the map. This evening, we hear from Johnson for the first time since being selected as a 2024 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee. Plus, the Spurs have one more business trip in Dallas before kicking off All-Star Weekend. Larry Ramirez joins us live from Dallas right after the break.
I tell people, they ask me, like, how does it feel? I just feel like I'm on a cloud right now. Like, I don't think anything can make me mad.
Houston Texans great Andre Johnson has achieved a Hall of Fame status, and nothing can bring him down. We'll hear more from Johnson in Big Board Sports. Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama's NBA All-Star debut is on the horizon, and although Wemby is not an All-Star reserve, there's still plenty to look forward to. And with that, Larry Ramirez is in Dallas this evening. Along for the ride, Larry, as the Spurs wrap up their pre-All-Star break schedule. Larry, how are the Silver and Black looking on this Valentine's Day?
Hey, Mary, you know what? The Spurs are really looking good tonight, and they're also looking forward to this game because they're going to get a nice 7 to 8 day break before they have to play again. Those guys really need the rest. Now, the Spurs come to town with some momentum after beating the Raptors in Toronto the other night to snap a 7-game slide. The Spurs led from wire to wire, and Wemby filled the stat sheet. Prior to that one, he struggled a bit in 6 games prior, played this month after winning the Western Conference Rookie of the Month honors for January. He's dealing with the dog days of the season, as Pop says, but Monday night, Wemby showed us all why he's an all-star caliber player. 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 blocks, 5 assists in 29 minutes. He got hot early in the first quarter, just kept rolling, and his teammates fed right off of his energy. After tonight, he'll head to Indianapolis for NBA All-Star Weekend. What a thrill for the 20-year-old.
I mean, it's great. You know, would have been greater if I was on the All-Star team. But it's you know, it's a great experience. I'm gonna be able to watch. To see some great players and just the best of the league. And it's haven't really thought about it since it's you know, we got the season going on, a game every 2 days or so, and so it's but yeah, it's definitely gonna be special and real fun.
Wemby and Jeremy Sohan will play in the Rising Stars game on Friday night, and Wemby will do his thing in the Skills Challenge Saturday night. We'll have a recap and your All-Star Game highlights Sunday night on Instant Replay, and our live coverage from Indianapolis will begin tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's all for now. Mary, back to you in San Antonio.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, thank you, Larry. Well, last week, former Houston Texans All-Pro wide receiver Andre Johnson became the organization's first Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee. Johnson was also the Texans' first member of the Ring of Honor. A decade after his playing career, Johnson is still paving the way. This afternoon, Johnson chatted with the media and said the honor is for more than just him.
I don't think this was only just for me. I think this was for the whole city of Houston. It's for the organization. Just hearing people talk about, grown men telling me that they were crying, you know. Having people to tell you, like, you know, that God gave us a superhero here in Houston. You know, those are things that you don't even realize, you know, how people look up to you.
Johnson will get his gold jacket in Canton, Ohio as part of the 2024 Hall of Fame class in August.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. He's awesome.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Coming up next, who is sharing, preserving, telling the stories of our local Black community? KSAT Explains is next.
February, the month dedicated to honor and celebrate Black history. But to do that, that history has to be preserved.
Now, those stories, they have to be told. In this KSAT Explains, we're sharing the ways the stories of the local Black community are being shared and remembered right here in San Antonio.
This cover right here, it features T.C. Calvert, Sr., and at the time, City Council person Sheila McNeil. That was back in 2005. I am Wasim Ali, and I am the owner of the San Antonio Observer, an African-American publication founded in 1995 by my father, Hussein Ali. These are old covers that we did that were, pretty prominent at the time. We pride ourselves on being the pulse beat of the community, being in tune with the African-American community.
Does this mean it's a publication just for African Americans?
That's always been a myth, and that's why I'm glad. That's actually a good question. This is a African American publication because it's owned by myself, and the content is basically centered around African American issues, but it's designed for everybody to be able to pick it up and read. It's important that people who don't look like me are interested in the things that are happening in this community. That's how you bring about change, the exchanging of ideas and understanding where the other side is coming from. This used to be a working garage. Back in 1995, you walk in here, there was a long table along the wall, and everybody had their desk and their station. It looked more like a newsroom, even though it was in a garage. Now, we're in a digital age, so everything is done via computer.
You talked about how the paper has chronicled local Black history.
Yes.
But it's part of it as well, the paper itself.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. Every week is a snapshot in time for the city of San Antonio as to what's happening in the city. Every week for us is Black history, right? And my father, his idea was, we're gonna be like the New York Post. The way we were gonna get everybody's attention, we're gonna come with these hard-hitting covers that just grab your attention. Being able to understand the plight of the African-American community and what's actually going on and affecting the African-American community. We take that as a huge responsibility.
Like this evening, we'll have an opening for this art exhibition. And then tomorrow night, we start with the play. He's Cassandra Parker Nowicki, and I'm the executive director of The Carver. The Carver is a multidisciplinary, multicultural performing and visual arts center. So we celebrate the diverse cultures of our local, national, and global community through the arts. But we do have an emphasis on celebrating the art forms and artistic expressions of the Black community. We present or exhibit rather mostly local artists in this space.
This was a place for the Black community when they weren't allowed in other spaces.
Exactly. So these are some of the original photographs from the library.
Okay, so there is something written above these doors.
It reads the colored branch of the San Antonio Library and Auditorium. So that is what the building was named and dedicated as in 1929. It's really important for us to be true to our history and the reason that we exist. Just all of the great legends, right? So Ella Fitzgerald, Dizzy Gillespie, Louis Armstrong, you name them, they've probably performed here on this stage.
What do you think that means for people who live in this community to know that this space still exists in a different form and for different purposes, but a space with that rich history is still up and running?
I think it's really important, and that gets affirmed every day. We, want to celebrate the diversity of our city, but we also want to be sure that those individuals in the community who haven't historically seen themselves represented on stages or in galleries have that opportunity here.
G.J. Starnes, he's the first African-American surgeon here in San Antonio.
In 1884?
Yes.
Wow.
My name is Taylor Foots, and I'm the exhibit space supervisor for SACAM. We are a nonprofit organization that is focused on collecting, preserving, and sharing African-American history and culture from the South Texas region.
Are there any specific moments, people in local San Antonio Black history that you think aren't as known as they should be?
Well, I have a favorite story that I've learned just from working here that I feel like isn't well enough known, and that's the story of Hattie Briscoe. She was a teacher here in San Antonio, a beloved teacher who was unjustly fired from Phyllis Wheatley High School, and because of that, she decides to become a lawyer and ends up being the first black female graduate from St. Mary's Law School and the only black female attorney in Bexar County for about 30 years. This building is currently 715 square feet, and we'll be moving into a building that's 103,000 square feet, so quite the jump. Our archive team goes out to different places around the city, churches, senior centers, different cultural events, and they collect the stories of people who are in attendance of those.
Photos, articles they have.
Family artifacts, anything, recipes, memories, anything that they have, it's all important. Mary Lillian Andrews, she's a 17-year-old activist, really helps to desegregate lunch counters here in San Antonio. When you don't know your history, or it's lost or overlooked, and you don't feel, I think, a desire to aspire to something greater. All you have is what you see around you, and when you know your history, you know what you can overcome and you know what you can achieve.
We have so many incredible resources here in San Antonio, and I'm really excited about the expansion of SACAM. That is a huge jump.
Yeah.
And even when we were there that day shooting that interview, there were people who were, just kind of wandering around La Villita, said, I had no idea this was here.
That's what I was going to say. Cool. I've walked by SACAM before and said, oh, that's where it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
People will know once they move into that brand new building.
I also just want to say, we were at the Carver Theater, just a couple of months ago. You can feel the history there. You don't have to stand on the stage to feel it. I mean, you could, the auditorium is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's such a testament to the history that has been played out in those four walls.
It was a big part of our Know My Neighborhood series in Dignity Hill, big part of that neighborhood as well. Thanks to all of those folks for sharing their stories with us. You can check out all of our KSAT Explains coverage by scanning this QR code. Every episode explains a totally different topic. You can watch them all on the KSAT YouTube page, ksat.com, and the KSAT Plus app. We'll be right back.
Around America, threats against federal judges and prosecutors have more than doubled over the past 3 years. That's according to the U.S. Marshals Service. The number of federal judges who received serious threats rose to 457 in 2023, up from 300 the year before, and 224 in 2021. The number of federal prosecutors who were targets of threats also more than doubled, from 68 in 2021 to 155 in 2023. These threats considered serious enough to warrant an investigation by the Marshals Service. They're responsible for protecting federal judges and court staff.
The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office issued new guidance this week that says only human beings can patent inventions. I'm betting you can guess where we're going with this. What the Patent Office means by that is that a real person, not artificial intelligence, has to make a significant contribution to the creation. For example, if a person asked an AI chatbot to design a major part for a remote control car, the inventor couldn't patent it because the computer did all the work. Inventors, just like students in school, will have to show their work and prove their contributions are real and not virtual.
Interesting.
All the ways AI is changing things.
It's having an impact. All right, live look outside, 62 degrees. A very gray Wednesday. I kept waiting for it to rain, Adam.
Yeah, a little deceiving. One of those days where the clouds rolled in and you're waiting, thinking, oh, come on. Now? Okay, and it never happens. That's what we dealt with today, but tomorrow night and into Friday, we'll actually have rain. The clouds are going to act as a blanket. Temperatures not cooling off much tonight. 60 degrees at 9 o'clock, 56 at midnight, then 55 degrees tomorrow morning with some fog. More on today's weatherversary, how much snow fell and where. A little Valentine's Day shout out to some folks, and our weekend cold front in just a bit.
We got some rain to talk about and a special Valentine's Day. Adam.
Yes, absolutely. And today, well, it was a special Valentine's Day 3 years ago. We all remember when we had the snow. Take a look at how much snow fell on this night back in 2021. Hondo had 6 inches of snow, a half a foot. Officially at the airport here, 3.7 inches. That's what goes down into our climate records for San Antonio. But Leon Valley had 6 inches, 4 inches China Grove, and even Lackland Air Force Base measuring 4 inches in Castroville, 6. This was when it was all fun and games. Then it was 9 degrees the following morning. So tomorrow morning, 3 years ago, 9 degrees, the low temperature. It typically takes snow on the ground for our temperatures to fall off that much at night. Look at our morning low temperature trend. It's not going to be that extreme, but plan for a light freeze on Sunday. Sunday morning, right around 32 degrees. That's what's going to stand out the most over the next 7 to 10 days. Temperatures in the 60s now across the state. There's some cooler air, but it's not the really cold Arctic air. That is actually a classification of an air mass, Arctic air. You've got polar, you've got Arctic. This isn't Arctic air. This is just that coldish polar air that's going to slowly start moving southward. And then the cold front's going to hit us Friday night and set the stage for a chilly weekend, partially because it's going to be so cloudy on Saturday. That's going to limit our warming. So we'll be 73 tomorrow, 65 Friday with the rain, but then by Saturday, 50 degrees for the high temperature. That's as warm as it's going to get on Saturday. So most of the day basically spent in the 40s. Sunday, we only get up to about 58 degrees. And then by President's Day and into next week, we rebound nicely and it's going to feel like spring. But I do want to point out, this is actually for Saturday, that winds will be gusting up to 35 miles per hour, especially in the morning. So not just cool, but blustery and gusty. So chilly, cloudy, and windy on your Saturday. Tomorrow we start the day with fog. Then by the afternoon, notice those rain chances slowly start to rise. Only 20% even at 9 p.m. But by tomorrow night, we're talking 40% Friday up to 60%. Basically off and on areas of light rain. And I mean light. Off and on all day Friday and even into Friday night. Overall accumulation about 1/4 to 1/2 inch in and around San Antonio. Lesser amounts as you get into the hill country, but south of town, Cotulla, Laredo, Brownsville, Corpus Christi, everybody in between, 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's because it's all coming in from the south, and we're going to be right on the edge of it, and it's going to last longer in deep South Texas. Here's a look at our extended forecast. I mentioned the temperature trend for the weekend, also the wind on Saturday. Saturday morning, the off chance of a few lingering showers, we're talking 20%. The light freeze possible, 32 is our forecast on Sunday morning, and then we rebound nicely. Got to give a little KSAT Connect shout out to some of our lovely Valentine's Day couples. Mia Moore there at the Missions, married 37 plus years.
Woohoo!
Nice. Yep, shout out. And then Danielle and Chris, thank you for showing me love and happiness.
Aww.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It doesn't say where that is, does it? That's a pretty good background there.
It looks like New Braunfels to me in the little square.
Could be, yeah, in the gazebo in the square, yeah. It's a good guess.
A lot of love.
Oh, and it says New Braunfels.
Oh, well, way to go. Way
wow,
to go,
Caskey.
guys.
But
yeah. We'll be right back. A man charged with a brutal murder is trying to get his confession removed from evidence that a jury would hear in his upcoming trial. Andres Tarnava is accused in the April 2021 murder of Marisol Klingelhofer. Tarnava is expected to go to trial in March. If found guilty, he faces 25 to 99 years or life in prison.
Tonight, San Antonio police investigating after an argument between neighbors ends in a shooting. Police tell us the victim shot by his neighbor that lives a block away from his house on East Woodlawn Avenue in the River Road area. The suspect was arrested at his home. Police say both men are believed to be in their 60s. They have a history of being in a contentious relationship. They don't like each other, apparently.
They all said I do. A mass wedding ceremony took place on the steps of the Bexar County Courthouse this Valentine's Day. A county judge conducted that free wedding ceremony at midnight. It was just the first of several mass wedding ceremonies that took place today. And that's your 60-second recap. And that's all our time here on the News at 6. Thanks so much for watching.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.